Hello everybody, thank you for joining. I am so glad that you did. I am so sorry that I missed Sunday Stitches. Um, Today's Monday, and honestly I was pretty tired and it was getting late, and so I thought I would just leave it until next Sunday. So I'll resume that next Sunday. So today is Monday, and I am starting a new project. This is my design team project for Angela Kerr Designs, and it is her mini journal. So if you've never put one of these together, join me. I would love it. So I hope you're all doing well, if I haven't said that already. And to all of my followers, or if you're just stopping by for the first time, thank you so much. It means the world to me. I will get to your comments. I haven't since Sunday. So anybody that's commented since then, I will get to those. I did put up a video of my winter journal walkthrough, but Sunday evening I was just exhausted. Actually, is today Monday or Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Oh dear. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? So the mini kit. This is Anne of Green Gables, and I have both the mini kit and the larger kit, but Angela is currently working on the larger kit, so I thought that if you had never done a smaller kit, I would do one with you on video. It's been a while since I made my last one, and they come out so nice, and they are a wonderful gift. We have Valentine's Day coming up. We have Mother's Day, Friendship Day. It's just a wonderful gift for any person who likes to journal or just likes to have pretty things. This is a wonderful kit. If you've never read the story of Anne of Green Gables, it is just delightful. So I highly recommend you read the story or watch the movie. We'll get to those pages in a moment. So what I'm going to do today is go through all of the pages I have here, which are many. The kit is inclusive, except for some freebies she has on her Facebook page. If you do not belong to her Facebook page, I highly recommend it. It is a wonderful group with wonderful, talented people. So let's start off with the pages that you get with the kit. So you will get two different covers you can choose from. You can choose from this cover or this cover. It was very difficult for me to choose because I'm really into purples lately, but I also love libraries, and this is such a great depiction of Anne. They both are. She was 11, and if you don't know the story, I'll give you just a little snippet so I won't ruin it. She's an 11-year-old girl who was an orphan, and her parents wanted a boy from the orphanage to adopt to help with the farm, and they got sent Anne. It is just a wonderful story. So you have your choice of two different covers, and I have chosen that one. And then, oh, we won't do the freebies yet. So then you get all of these pages, which are pages for the journal and all the embellishments. So there's that one. Now I've already backed mine with the lace pages from her tea, avocado, and lace pages kit, which is it's a kit I have, and I always have at least 10 pages of each printed, okay? Because it's just a very versatile kit, especially when you don't have time or it's too cold where you are to tea stain paper if you do that outside. And then there's this page, and I'll tell you what all the pages are when we put together the journal. These are actually pockets. I think I may have shown this kit already, but I'm not positive. So as you can see, I've already backed all the pages, even though some of them don't even need to be backed. It's just easier for me to do that. This says, life is short and the world is wide, dear heart, Anne of Green Gables. And these are all fussy cuts. And then we have this page with some circles, more pockets. Look at this hat. Oh my goodness. It just, oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So excited. Here's some ephemera. And that's backed already. So all I have to do is cut it out and my ephemera's already backed. But you can do it any way that you want. And if you don't have this kit, follow along anyway and make a mini journal with me. You know how much I love to make mini journals. And then we have, how did my pages get all twisted and turned? Look at this embroidery. I know I showed this before because look at that. That would be beautiful on fabric. And then of course, that's probably one of my favorite pieces of ephemera. I love the glasses. And all the backgrounds, and this actually goes really well with the freebie. And like I said, if you're not in her Facebook group, definitely consider joining. Oh yes, very nice, very nice. So we'll continue. We have some envelopes, tags, more ephemera, pockets, washi, more ephemera. You'll get to know what this is when I do it. I haven't cut anything out yet. That's going to be our homework. Life is short, the world. Oh, see, I knew I printed 2 of those, and I printed 2 of these. And then I printed some, I always have the tea stain paper printed. This is the dark tea stain. There's dark and light. And then there's avocado, dark and light. And then there's the 2 different lace pages. So you've got your tea. This is the dark. This is the light avocado. I don't know if I'll use it, but I pulled it out of my bag anyway. Oh, somebody asked me if I would do a walkthrough of how I keep my digitals, and I will get to that, I promise. How I store them. And more tea stained. And then you have a couple of background pages, which are these 2. Okay? So you don't have to have the printed kit of the tea stained and avocado paper. You certainly can use your own. But I'm just way behind in doing dyeing. So that's the kit. And then there's an add-on kit. You can get book pages. And this, if you get the larger kit, you can also get the book pages. And these are cut down 50%, so 2 to a page. And I didn't know which one I wanted to use, so I printed all of them. And I just used one of the background pages for printing, you know, when I printed them. So these are printed 2 to a page. And like I said, I didn't know which one I wanted to use. And if I have them left over, I could use them as greeting cards. Don't they make gorgeous greeting cards? So those are those. That's the kit. Okay, so then, and it's very inexpensive. It's a whole kit. You can make a beautiful journal with it. And I'll leave the link to her shop and the link below. And then these, I'll leave the link to the Facebook group and the link below if you don't already belong. But this is one of the freebie pages. And this is another. Gorgeous, right? And she's coming out with a spring kit soon. I know she is. And I'm thinking, why? This makes such a gorgeous spring kit. And then some more ephemera pieces. Did I back those yet? No. But I have plenty. I can just back it with, you know, what I have already printed. So that's the kit. That's the freebies and the book pages. So I've already prepared my cover. And I'm just going to give you what I do when I do my cover. So this is my cover that I've chosen. Let's just get it out. And I don't mind having the two because I can use it in the journal somewhere, even if I fussy cut things out. And this is how I always keep my kits. I always keep them in a plastic snap bag. And then I have everything together. And then when I cut my little pieces and bits and things like that, I keep them in a container, such as this one. You can get these at the grocery store. They're for like little snacks and lunches. And then I'll keep like my ephemera and like little bits in that side. Okay. So that's that. So this is my cover I chose, and this is my backing. So I've glued these two together. Now when I glue mine together, let me just turn my iron on. I glued these together a little while ago, and I used tacky glue. But you could use any kind of glue you want, even glue stick. But you want to get your edges really well. And then what I do is I take my iron, and I can just put a towel down for this because it's not, you know, it will only take me a second. So, and I didn't glue all the way. I just glued to, you know, the edges because I could see through it with my light. So I knew, you know, exactly where to put the glue. And then I just, because I didn't want to go all the way to the edge. You could cut this out first and then glue it. But I don't cut or glue straight to save my life. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to place it actually on the other side. And I can see through this. It's just unbleached. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. And then I take my iron and I'll just go over where I glued. And what that does is it just makes sure, and you don't have to do this, but I always, when I back things, after I glue it, I press it. And I find that it just does such a good job of making sure that I have no bubbles, so that when I do go to bend it or, you know, use my bone folder or what have you, and I go to fold it, everything will be nice and smooth. So I did that side. I'll do the other side just to make sure everything's nice and flat. And then you can just, until it gets cool, you can just put it under some books to make sure it's nice and flat. I should have done this prior to and just kind of given you an example. But I wanted to show you how nice it comes out if you do take the time to press it just a little bit. If you don't have a craft iron, you could use your heat gun as well, or a hair dryer. So now what I'm going to do is just make sure that's nice and flat. I'm going to take it and I'm going to stick it right underneath my mat for just a minute until it cools off. And I know that it's, well, I probably don't even have to do this part, but I'm going to anyway. There. So that will flatten it out. I'll put my little towel back next to me and I'll put this away and we will get to our cover. Let me get my scoreboard. And let's see. Not my scoreboard, my cutter. I've got my scoreboard, although that's my small one. Oh my gosh, I just don't like my bigger one at all, but I might need it. I'll grab it really quick. It's just not my favorite. And it takes up room on my table. But I don't know if that small one's going to be big enough. So I hope you're all having a good day. The weather here is hot, actually, but it's supposed to cool off again. So it is only February. Can you believe it? It's February. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I'm just going to take it out from underneath my mat. And I'm going to now cut it. It's not, it didn't flatten out very well, but I think that's because it just didn't flatten out where I had not glued it. And I use 60 gram paper weight, or 100 and I forget how much GSM. I'm not going to get rid of that because I might be able to use it on something. See? Well, those pieces I'll get rid of. But you can even cut your little flowers, you know, if you have a die cut machine or what have you. I use these for all kinds of things. And I just keep them, I'll show you. I keep them clipped together until I'm done with the project, and then I'll just throw away my scraps that I don't use. So that's my cover. And it's just nice and firm. It just gives it a nice look. All my edges are glued very well. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to wait because it's still a little warm. So let me just wait before I give that a bone fold and fold this up. And then we'll move on. It's so nice to do something very spring. Although my Valentine from my heart giveaway was fun as well. That was very spring-like as well. Let me just make sure that that's nice and everything looks nice and flat. And it's cooling off. My iron was a little hot. And actually, I think it might fit on this scoreboard. So you can see everything is scored for you. So this is going to be our spine right here, if you can see that in the camera. So I'm going to tip it upside down because that way it will fit in my scoreboard. And I won't have to use my big one. So you want to score right on the line. So my line is right here. I'm just going to move this a little bit and up. I'm just going to do it a little bit harder so that it goes through both the front and the back. I had a wonderful conversation with my sweet friend today. It was just delightful. And now I'm going to also score here because that's going to be part of our cover. And you can see a line right there for you to score it. And if you want the measurements of this, I can give them to you, so that if you want to fill it with different papers, you can. I'm going to be using tea-stained paper and papers that have come with the kit because I didn't want to have you have to buy or purchase anything extra. Although this kit is very inexpensive. So see, you can see my score marks now. Did I cut that top straight? It looks it. So just put that aside. Now I'm going to very carefully get those folded. Like I go back and forth just a little bit, back and forth on my score marks. And I'll do the same here. Back and forth just a little bit, not all the way yet. And again on this score mark. So I highly recommend you score this first. it comes out looking much better, I think, if you just carefully bend it and not just boom, over. So just keep bending slowly and do this right on your score marks. And you've got a very nice spine. And I'll do the same thing here. Just, I'm going to bend it a little bit more this way. I can't remember on my last one if I rounded these corners. I think I did. Pretty sure I did. And I'm going to bend back. So pretty. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Okay, so now what you have is this, and that's your cover. So I am going to round my corners. I don't remember if I did that to my other one, but I'm pretty sure I did. I'll have to look at that again. So I'm just going to round my corners. Here and there. And now I have this really sweet cover. Oh my goodness. Isn't that so, oh my goodness. So pretty. I love it. Love, 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 love. I'm in love already. So that's it. That's the cover so far. And now I will check and see. I don't know what color inks I'm going to use yet. I forgot about that. I'll probably use, I might end up using my gold inks, but I'll do that. I'll decide that later. So now what I want to do is, these I cut to 50%. So let me just make sure my book pages are going to fit. If you don't have book pages, perhaps you have a book like this, like wildflowers, things like that. This would be an excellent book to use if you don't have book pages. I didn't bring out any other books, but just to give you an example. So what I need to do is I need something, to use as my, sort of my, not pattern. You're thinking sewing, Cheryl. I need something to use as my, like my base page to see how big I want my other pages. So I'm going to try and get 2 of these, and I'll be adding other pages as well. I'm just getting I want to see if I can get 2 out of this. I should be able to, yes. So what I'll do is I'm going to use this as my template. That's what I was trying to say. And let's see. That should work if I printed these 2 to a pit. No, it's not going to work. That's odd. That's okay. So let's see. This is seven and a quarter. It's 7 1/4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 1/4 by 6. So I need 6 high and 7 1/4 wide. So 6 high by by 7 1/4. And then this could end up being your 7 1/4. Wait a minute. 6 high by 7 1/4 wide. So it's 6 high this way. But I need to cut 7 1/4 first. So 7 1/4 this way. No, 6 high. 6 high. Yes. So you want your paper the 11 inches. So 6 high by, and don't get rid of this is valuable, by 7 1/4. And I'm just going to recheck because my mother always told me, measure twice, cut once. And that is, she was right, 7 1/4. Yes. I don't like this cutter because it doesn't really show you the quarter. I have to pull it just a hair this way. There. And that will be a perfect piece for something. And I think, let's see. I didn't back the other 2 pages yet. But do I have, no. I'll do one more tea stained. So there's 6 by 7 1/4. Okay, so there's 2 pages. And like I said, I'll probably do 2, maybe 3 of the book pages. Oops. And I'm just going to fold these this way, making sure that it's even. And then I'll just press it down. And I like to fold all of my pages with my bone folder to make sure everything's going to fit nicely. And again, I'll just fold this way. Now we can have half pages as well. We don't have to have all the same size pages, which I may do. And I do have to back my other pages, so that will be in the next video. So what you want is, I'm going to have probably 3 tea stain, and then I'll do 3 tea stained. I'm not going to have you sit here and watch that. I'll probably do 3 tea stained, and then the background pages are so pretty. They are these 2, but I do have to back those. So I'm going to run them through my printer again and back them. So I'll have probably 1 of these and maybe 2 of these. One is green and one is like a yellowish gold. Very pretty. So then I'd do maybe something like, and you know, they're gonna, as you build, it will stick out. So something like, let's pretend this is one of my background pages. Okay, so it could be like this. That's my book page, and it's going to be a little bit smaller, but that's fine. You don't need to be all exactly even. And then perhaps another tea stain, or, you know, one or the other. I may use some avocado. I'm not sure. I don't want to use something that you're not going to have. And then once we get all of our pages done, we will then, I'll sew them in with you. Okay? And let me show you some of the other things we'll be using, but that will be the cover. Okay? Let me just get a clip to clip this closed, and a piece of paper or something. I'll just use one of my scraps here because I don't want to make a mark in here. I don't want to make a mark with my clip, so I'm just going to do this so I don't make a mark on my cover. So then, let's see, what did I say we were going to, oh, let me show you the other items I'm going to be using if you have them. If you don't, I'll show you other things that you can use. Oh, I have to measure that cover for you to tell you what size the journal will end up being. So I'm also going to be using, I did purchase the ribbon kit from Angela on her website. I'm saving the tissue paper. If you have it, save it. If you don't, no worries, we'll use something else. And then I do have her flowers, so I'm going to be using some of these, but I'll show you what you can use if you don't have this. She does still have some available in her website. She just restocked. And then I'll be using her ribbon kit for this particular mini journal kit, which I'll leave in the link below. And this is the ribbon and lace kit that I'll be using. So these are the colors that I'll be using. And it's Angela Kerr Designs. And I'll leave everything here. Her YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and her email. I'll leave all in the link below. But this is what you get at a very affordable price. It's a one-stop shop. So I'll be using some of her ribbons. If you don't have her ribbons, perhaps you have some ribbons or some sari or something of your own, which unfortunately in here is mostly Angela's, but I keep little bits and scraps that I don't use from her other kits. But I do have some lace that's not hers, but pretty much everything in here is hers except for the sari. But, you know, just go through your ribbons and see what you have at home, okay? With your laces, your ribbons, and things like that. But I'll be using these particular colors, and possibly this green one, unless she has that. I might be using that green one. I had an extra, but I have a little tiny extra piece right there first. I do have some of these purple flowers, the satin flowers, so I will probably be using those. Those are from one of her other kits that I had purchased. Don't remember which one. And if you don't have any of her flowers, oh my gosh, first I suggest you definitely get some. They're beautiful and they're so lightweight. That's what I love about those. But if you don't, you could always use, perhaps you have like some floral trim like this that you can cut pieces of, okay? If you don't have the flowers that I showed you. Or you have something like this, and you could get this, you know, by the roll at your craft store or whatever. You could use some of that. Pieces of that or the whole thing. And what else did I want to show you? These are just some more flowers, but I have to put those away. They're the same color. So, and grab yourself a little box so that you can put all your little bits in, okay? So go around your craft room and find some colors. If you're going to use this kit and you don't have the ribbon kit, she does still have this in her shop if you're, you know, if you want to purchase it. It's a great, great buy. I am going to be using some buttons. So the buttons I'll be using are from kits that I haven't used completely of her buttons. So I keep them in a little container. And this is the little container I keep extra buttons of hers in. So I may be using some of these. If you have them, great. If you don't, perhaps you can use any buttons. You know, I have some other pearl buttons. I mean, I have lots of buttons. We all have buttons. I'm going to be using some fabrics, but not a lot. I might use fabrics. I might not. I want to keep it as simple as possible and as true to what the mini journal looks like by using just the kit and possibly your own tea stain paper or avocado stain paper, okay? And like I said, there's two different, there's this background and this background that you can use in between your different pages as well, okay? So let me just clip this back. Well, I'm not going to clip it back because you won't see it. So that's where I'm going to stop today, because I'm going to back my other pages, and I'm also going to cut out all of my ephemera and get that ready, and we will put it all together. This will take probably 3 videos. So we'll put all the pages in and probably do some of the pockets and things tomorrow in the next video. And then on the 3rd video, we'll decorate and it will be done. And you will have the most beautiful gift. I am planning on doing a pouch for this journal and also a tassel. So, yeah, so stay tuned. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. And if you don't have this kit, use anything else that you want. But she can, you know, if you do order the kit, she emails it right away. So you'll have it so that you can follow along with me. And you can use anything you want in your craft room. Just walk around and see what you have. I also have these little flowers. These are from my friend in Ukraine. I don't use them very often, but you could use something like this. You know, these little flowers here, they're little crocheted flowers. And what's in here? Oh, those are the buttons. You can use any buttons you want or have. And I'm thinking that's it for now. And yeah, so we'll continue. I'll get all my bits and pieces. I'll show you my tray that I'll have available to me at all times when I'm working, so that I don't have to leave my desk. And that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I love, love, love reading your messages. I'll get to those after this video. And I hope to see you in the next one. So until then, be safe, be kind, be sweet, and God bless. And today is Monday. All right, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.